welcome back to Tea and Poetry. Today I'm drinking a vintage cola Olipop. They claim gut help or microbiome approved and all that nonsense. Allegedly nonsense. It's nonsense. In the quotes of Twin Peaks, it's just some psychological mumbo jumbo. Though today's episode is not exactly mumbo jumbo, except for it is because that's what poetry largely is. But we're going to do the best poems and poets of 2002 by Poetry.com. We're going to delve into there. And we're going to take a look at some of the poems in here. Apparently, the past me highlighted this one. He was probably more cynical and more corny, so we'll see what he highlighted here. This one is, I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to make me hurt. I dare you to make me cry. I dare you to treat me like dirt. Replace my smile with a sigh. I dare you to call me names. I dare you to push me around. I dare you to play your stupid mind games and kick me into the ground. I dare you to believe. I dare you to dream. I dare you, for once, not to deceive. Believe in what you see, not what it may seem. I dare you to look in the mirror and tell me what you see. I dare you not to shed those tears, because what you see is just another one of me. By Crystal Hughes. Honestly, not exactly what I was thinking. And I understand why I highlighted it. It seems like a really good poem. As though this gives you some sort of control. It's a thing that the person that they're writing about wouldn't normally do, so they have to be dared to do it. And then we have the contrast of the second half of the poem. I feel like this one functions much like what we call a palindrome poem, where towards the second half, it goes from I dare you to do this to I dare you not to do this. I dare you to do all these horrible things to me, but now I dare you not to. Because then you'll see that we're the same. You'll see the same person in the mirror. You'll see me. You'll shed those tears when you reflect back on what you've done. Quite a good one. 2002 is not as bad as I had thought. I mean, I wasn't alive yet, but still. Okay, some of these are silly. We'll do... Ooh, okay. This has to be a Carlos Williams tribute. Daisy. So much depends upon the tall-stemmed, flower-dripping, dawn's morning dew, quiet and innocently pure. Crystal Dawn 4 wrote that. And anything that begins with so much depends upon, it has to be a tribute to the wheelbarrow. And this one's not too far off from that. It's a lot of beauty, a lot of meaning imbued into a short 5 lines. Now, we'll move on to another one. That one's just cute. A lot of these are going to be about 9/11, so we're going to skip those ones because this is 2002. People are still reflecting on that. I mean, Twilight's born out of that whole thing. What do we want to read next? I think that They Say That's What They Say might be a good one. They say, you have to go. It's for your own good. It'll give you your future, depending on how you do. Try your best. Do all you can. Stay out of trouble. Don't look like a scruff. Make good friends. Don't be shy. Trust yourself. Be independent. Use your own mind. That's what they say. It'll become your dream one day, to do your best and not make a scene. When you get your dream, it'll come true, but only if you do your best. And do what they say you need to do. Maya Petrovic. Now, that one is kind of sinister in a way. You do your best and do what they say you need to do, as if you will not achieve any of these things if you don't listen to these mystery people. I don't particularly like the way that that one makes me feel after the contextualizing of it being 2002. We'll do just one more, and then we'll write a poem at the end. This one seems, again, pretty simple, so we're going to skip that one. We'll do this one, because I love coffee. Just a cup of coffee. Just a cup of coffee is how I start my day. A quiet time with God, a little time to pray. A good cup of coffee is not in the blend. The flavors in the fences that help you to mend. The sadness of one bereaved, one all alone is he. Give him a gesture of love disguised as a cup of coffee. Always willing to offer a cup to one without a friend, just to let him know he's forgiven of each and every sin. Memories are many the times I sipped the warming brew. Countless times I drank his life I pursued. When things were looking bleak and very dim, God filled up my cup. He filled it to the brim. Over a cup of coffee, words of wisdom arise. As issues of the world, the solutions we decide. Sometimes a prayer for strength just to make it through the night. Perhaps now, and then for the safety of a child, husband, or wife. God hears every word spoken over the bouquet. Numerous are the blessings when to him we pray. By Sheila Jean Dillard. Now, give him a gesture of love disguised as a cup of coffee, always willing to offer a cup to one without a friend. A poem I wrote a long time ago, one of the first poems I actually thought about, went through a process of writing, was about how people drag each other into addictions. And in this way, it's sort of similar. I had thought of how many people are quick to offer a cigarette to someone, or were quick to just offer a cigarette to someone. You got a light, inherently looking for connection, reaching out within that same struggle that you both have. And in a way, I guess coffee is also like that. Caffeine in itself is a drug, but it is also used for connection. It's just looked upon more fondly. And in this, the coffee is, in a way, being portrayed as the lifeblood of people at this point. In the same way that alcohol provides a connection point, but without the alcoholism, I might say. Ha 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 ha. Very good vintage cola. Love it. Yeah. I do partake in coffee quite frequently. That's my affliction. But she did a good job of summarizing that. I like that one. I do notice the allusions to Christianity, and in the poetic sense, I'll choose to interpret that as the forgiveness, as she mentions, that coffee can bring, and how connection can be pervasive of anything else that's gone on in someone's life. Now, what I've been thinking about today, especially since it's 90 degrees out, is a lack of connection, actually. I prefer it when it's a nice, tepid 68 to 69 degrees. That range specifically. Maybe a good 64 could be fine. 54 is also fine. 40's cold. But within that 50 to 69 range, perfect for me. This 90 range, oh my god, I am dying. And no coffee involved. I wish I had one, but I don't. So what's on my mind is that lack of connection for me when it comes to the hot weather. Which is why we'll start off the poem we're going to write today. We're going to write it on seasons. Seasons are easy to understand. I'm immediately going to make it convoluted. We'll begin this with to me. My pen doesn't work. I need a new one. To me, the summer is winter. To me, the summer is winter, and the winter is warmer. We have to rephrase this. To me, the winter is summer, and the winter is warmer. The heat drives others out, and me in. In such ways, we're doing a more prose style today. To me, the winter is summer, and the winter is warmer. The heat drives others out, and me in. In such ways, I am much like a snowflake. Left out of place in the middle of fall. I'd melt in a second if I were stuck outside again. We'll skip that cornball stuff. I am much like a... Hmm. 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 To me, the winter is summer, and the winter is warmer. The heat drives others out, and me into my home. In such ways, I am much like a penguin in an unpopular zoo. I'm much like the penguins, but no others do. We'll just name that one Winter and Summer. So we'll read from the beginning. To me, the winter is summer. and the winter is warmer.